So visualize in your normal practice, allow the hips to kind of soften onto the mat, your toes to come slightly wider away from each other, and take a deep breath in and just ground yourself through the feet, the toes, the back of your head, the back of your shoulders. And take a deep breath in and sigh out through your mouth. One more time. Deep inhale in, sigh out through your mouth. Allow those hands to rest on your lower belly. Soften the shoulders away from your ears while you're doing this. So naturally what happens is we bring the ears in, the shoulders in. So soften that area. And without changing anything, I want to just bring awareness to the movement going on in your belly. Allow the breath to be completely natural, so we're not changing anything yet. As you're checking in with your breath, gently start lengthening that inhale. Send that breath all the way down to your belly. And lengthen that exhale as well. Three more full breaths. Lengthening the inhale, lengthening the exhale. On your next exhale, gently allow the knees to come in towards your chest, hug the knees. And like always in class, massaging slightly the lower back. So try to press that lower back onto the mat. And find your way gently into happy baby. Again, happy baby, we all know our own limits. So option one, grab the back of your feet, grab the toes, the back of the knees. But I want you to think of lifting those hips up towards the heels up towards the ceiling, and the toes are pointing towards the back of the mat. 5 full deep breaths in happy baby. Say hello to your hips. Try not to push too much. The opening doesn't happen if we force it. So it's about staying in that moment, in that sensation where it's bearable, and just breathing into that space. 2 more breaths. Heels up towards the ceiling, knee in towards the chest. Sacrum trying to press down on the mat. One breath. And exhale, bring the knees in towards your chest, hug them again. And we're gonna do one twist before we go into our practice, this year practice, but into the full movement part of the practice. In towards the chest, hug the knee as far as you can. Allow the hands to come into cactus pose, and that right knee to shoot towards the side. Keep both shoulders plugged, the back of the shoulders plugged onto the mat. So allow that right head to look towards the opposite side, and if you find it comfortable and soothing, bring that left hand onto that leg and give a bit of pressure there, or just some weight of your hand to feel more the stretch. Remember, we're just starting the practice, so be gentle. We're just loosening our body. Take 3 full breaths here in silence, connecting with the breath, sending it all the way to the belly and exhaling through your mouth. Last exhale. And gently come back to center. Hug both knees at the center and swap sides. Right leg straightens. Bring that knee in towards the chest and twist it towards the side. Bring awareness to any area of your body that may feel super tight, super uncomfortable. Send the breath to that area. Allow the exhale to soften that part, or those parts. Exhale, come back to center. Hug the knees and roll yourself forward onto all fours. So allow your body to come to the side and find your way into all fours. Okay, so finding your tabletop, you all know we do it every time the same. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Look at your belly button, press the belly button towards your spine. Drop the head and round the spine up towards the ceiling. Move around from side to side, just to feel your spine. Take a deep exhale. And on your next inhale, soften the belly. Look up. Inhale here. Exhale, soften the head, drop the head, spine up towards the ceiling, engage the core. I'm moving from one to the other, just for 5 breaths. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So continue for another 10 breaths on your own pace. So make sure in this moment that every time you inhale, you're looking up, opening the chest, and every time you exhale, your shoulder blades are coming away from each other. Keep moving with your breath. On your next exhale, sit back into child pose. So you're lengthening your hands in child pose. Allow the knees to point towards the sides. Drop your forehead on the mat. If you can't sit on your heels and you have to choose in between the forehead on the mat or your bum on the heels, so choose the forehead on the mat. Just give yourself your forehead a little massage, roll it on the mat for a few moments, put some pressure on the forehead. And on your next exhale, elbows stay where they are, palms press firmly on the mat. I'm going to start rolling forward into Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose is my elbows underneath my shoulders. My palms are forward in line with the elbows. Inhale, press the elbows onto the mat. Open the chest. And as you exhale, slowly start sucking the belly in and up, lifting yourself into your knees. Bring the knees closer to you. Shift the weight of your shoulders forward onto your elbows. Tuck your toes. One leg straightens. Suck the belly in and up. Second leg straighten into forearm plank. You know where we're going now. Take a deep inhale in. And exhale, drop the knees. Bring your hands forward as far as you can and find your way into downward facing dog. Again, roll yourself from side to side, move your hips around, do whatever feels good in your first downward facing dog. Think of pressing the body away from you, lengthen the spine and shake your head from side to side. Release any tension in the neck. One more full breath. And as you exhale, knees come down, right foot comes forward. Inhale, come up into crescent pose. Reach with your hands up. Inhale, tuck your toes and lift yourself into crescent pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, cactus pose with your arms. Holding it for 5 deep breaths. Keep pressing on the big toe. Notice your knee. Is the knee pointed towards the middle toe? Make sure you're minding your alignment. Exhale, reach with your hands up towards the ceiling, pointing forward. And step the foot together into chair pose. Inhale, chair pose. Hands come up towards the ceiling. Or trying to come out, keep that core engaged. So sit back on that chair, the visible chair. For 3 full breaths. So keep sitting back strongly, engaging the core. The knees are pointing towards the middle toes and you're sitting back. To allow any tension in the neck to go away, keep it in line with the spine. So if you need to look down on your toes, look down on your toes. One more breath. Inhale, reach with your hands up towards the ceiling. Hands together, breath in, exhale, bring your hands parallel to the mat. Shake it, shake your shoulders. Inhale, reach with your hands up towards the ceiling. Suck the belly in and up to engage that core. Well done. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, fall back. Look up, bring your hands onto your shins or your quads or the floor. Step back into a high plank. From high plank, we're going to stay here and come into a forearm plank. Take a deep breath in, suck the belly in and up. If you want to bring your knees down here, that's your option. You can bring your knees back. If you want to challenge yourself much more, come back into high plank. One more time. Inhale, exhale, forearm plank. High plank, inhale, do your vinyasa. Inhale out there. And exhale, downward facing dog or child pose. I'm going to stay in child pose. You stay for 5 deep breaths in downward facing dog. Always listen to your body. So if you need to modify something or if you need to take a break, child pose is always there too. Take a moment. So you're in down dog. 2 more breaths. One more breath in down dog. On your exhale, bring both knees down onto the mat. Left foot comes forward. Find your way up into crescent lunge. So we're gonna inhale with our hands up towards the ceiling. Tuck the toe behind and exhale, crescent lunge with cactus arm. Super strong pose. So I want you to think of engaging the core, the quads. Walk that foot behind you to make it even harder. So the heel is gonna walk. It's gonna be on top of the toes if you're trying to reach a more challenging pose. We're still in cactus arms. Inhale, down, suck the belly in and up. Exhale, bring your hands forward, point the fingertips forward. Keep engaging that core. I want you to come forward, engaging the core and stepping the back foot forward into chair pose. So we're keeping the knees bent. 5 deep breaths in chair pose. Deep breaths in, sit back onto a chair, engage the core. Low, low, low. Keep noticing and feeling that fire in your legs. One more breath. Inhale, reach up with your hands towards the ceiling. Look up and exhale, allow them to come onto the side. Shake your head from side to side. Loosen. Inhale, reach with your hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, hands up your shins, quads, floor. Step back into plank. Inhale in high plank. If you need your knees to be down here, keep them down. Elbows into a forearm plank. Inhale here. Suck the belly in and out. Engage the core. Come high on your toes. Exhale, high plank. One more breath. Inhale, high plank. Shift the weight forward. Exhale, forward plank. Keep the weight forward on your toes. The toes are the only part holding your weight. Back into high plank. Inhale. Chaturanga. Knees come down if you need to. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Staying in down dog for 5 deep breaths. I'm going to go into child pose. You stay in downward facing dog. While you're in down dog, keep pressing the floor away from you. Engaging the core. Engaging the quads. And now just focus on the breath. I'm imagining now that you're in the class, so I'm kind of remember all of your alignments. Keep those knees bent to lengthen the spine. Look at your fingertips and knuckles. Are they pressing down on the mat? And breathe. One more full breath. Exhale, knees come down onto the mat. Right foot comes forward. Tuck the toe behind you and directly come up into crescent lunge. Inhale, cactus arms. Exhale, step forward into chair pose. Inhale here. Exhale, reach up, hands together, look up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, step back into high plank. Come down into forearm plank. Inhale here. Exhale, high plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Going directly into downward facing dog. Right foot's gonna come up towards the ceiling, bend the knee and open that hip. Stay here. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, flip the dog. Inhale, flip the dog. Exhale, right knee comes in towards the chest. And knee points up towards the ceiling. Step it forward. If you're still in the three-legged down dog, just step that right foot forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. So we all know the alignment in warrior 2. Go lower if you want to challenge yourself, wider as well. The only focus that I want you here in warrior 2 is that the hips are not shooting forward while you're trying to shoot that leg behind you. Make sure the toes are pointing towards the side of the mat. Hands are nice and strong and straight. Soften the top of your shoulders. Deep bend on the front leg. Look forward onto the middle finger and breathe. 5 full breaths. The back edge of the foot is pressing firmly on the mat. Take one more full breath. On your exhale, keep that front knee bent and reverse it. Right hand comes up and left one comes down. Reverse it, bring that right hand behind you, behind the skull, and open the chest. So bending the elbow, opening and feeling all of this side of the body lengthening and opening. If you can look up, look up. Think of that elbow going away from you. So allow that side of the body to open up. One more breath. Keep that front leg bent. I know you can feel the burning now. Inhale, reach with the right hand up, straighten that leg. Reach forward as far as you can. Forward, 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 forward. Keep that left hip where it is. Allow that right hand to come down, left hand comes up. Triangle pose, inhale. And from here, we're gonna stay here only for one breath. Exhale, bend that front leg. Hold on, back into warrior two. Inhale, look forward. And as you exhale, straighten again that back leg. Bring your hands down onto the mat. The knee comes down. Right foot's gonna shoot onto the side. Well done. And the back knee again towards the back. Inhale, chest opens forward. And on your exhale, we're gonna bring that foot behind you. Hold on. Tuck your toes. Lift the knees off the mat. Shift the weight forward onto your toes. Suck the belly in and up. Elbows come down. Inhale. Exhale, Sphinx pose. Back to the beginning. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, slowly come back into downward facing dog. Left foot comes up. Bend the knee, open a hip. And step it forward. The right knee comes down, left foot comes forward. Inhale, at the same time as you inhaling, we're reaching up into crescent lunge with cactus arms. Inhale. On your exhale directly, hands come forward, step forward into chair pose. Hold on. Sit back, one inhale. Exhale, reach with your hands up, standing up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look up. And exhale, step back into high plank. One breath in high plank. Exhale, dolphin pose. High on your toes. Exhale, high plank. Chaturanga Vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot's gonna come up towards the ceiling, bend the knee, open the hips, stay here. One option, stay here. Second option, flip the dog. If you want to go into wheel directly, you can also try wheel. Deep breaths onto that belly. One more breath. On your exhale, press that right hand on the mat and start bringing that back foot away from the floor. Inhale deeply. If you're in three-legged down dog, just step that foot forward into crescent lunge. I'm stepping it this way. Inhale. Crescent lunge. And exhale, warrior two on the other side. 5 deep breaths in warrior two. You guys stay there in warrior two. I'm gonna swap sides so you can see me. But I'm still on my left side. So again, in warrior two, the hands are parallel to the mat, looking forward onto that middle toe. Soften the shoulders down and drop down as far as you can and as comfortable as you need to. So challenge yourself. If you're super comfortable in this pose, challenge yourself by bending deeply and lowering everything there. So lowering the hips. Remember, yoga's not supposed to be perfect. It's just about moving your body whatever way it suits your body. Instead of trying to make a pose, notice how it feels. and now comparing yourself to anyone. One more breath. On your exhale, I know you're feeling the burn in that front leg. Right hand's gonna come down, left hand's gonna come up, but keep that front leg bent. Try not to straighten it, even if it's for one split second. Inhale, twist, and bend the hand, open that elbow away from you to open the chest. If you can look up, look up. One more breath. Straighten a hand up towards the ceiling, straighten the front leg. Start reaching forward with that hand. Reach, 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 reach. Triangle pose. Only for one breath. Inhale in triangle pose. Exhale, bend the knee. Warrior two. Allow that right heel to lift up. The hip skull is gonna square forward. Right knee comes down. Inhale. And exhale, hands are gonna come down onto the mat. Open the chest, bring that foot onto the side. Inhale, look up. And exhale, the knee's gonna come behind you. Down. High plank. Dolphin pose. And soften the hips down into Sphinx pose. Inhale. Exhale, child pose. One full breath in child pose before we go into frog pose. So you can try to do one more round of that on your own time, even if you want to replay it, the same flow. But now we're gonna go together into frog pose. So frog pose, I want you to go lengthwise onto the mat. I'm gonna move it lengthwise as well. So I want you to think of coming into tabletop. Always the alignment in this pose is super important. So I want you to think of those knees not feeling absolutely any tingling or anything. So if you need to put any blankets underneath or double up the mat, whatever you need to put. If you want to do it on the floor with a blanket and sliding, that's also okay. So first we're bringing the hands, the shoulders are in line with my wrists. I'm a bit wider than tabletop and I'm going to start sliding the knees onto the sides. My heels are going to follow my knee. My toes are pointing towards the sides. So instead of going forward with the hips, which most people go, I want your hip and your knee to be in line. So look at those hips, make sure they're in line, and that you keep them that way all the way while you're opening. Find your limit, find your own moment of sensation that it's kind of okay, and don't try to push yourself too much, especially at the beginning of the pose, so it will come with time. To feel more sensation in this pose, press the bum back towards the back of the mat, the back of the whatever would you have in the back. Stay here, and if you find it more comfortable, come onto your elbows and breathe. We're gonna take 8 breaths here. Close your eyes and slowly start winding down. Just 4 more breaths. And to come out on your exhale, look up. before you move anything, I want you to think of pressing the elbows on the mat and lifting one knee off the ground, the other one dropping your hips down onto the mat. And whatever feels right here. Some people like going into down dog directly just to lengthen, or child pose. And come up onto sitting on the mat. I'm gonna do a little meditation with you guys before we finish up. So again, remember you can repeat the class again. I know it's not the same as if you're in the studio, but at least it's just something to give you some guidance. I am still learning to film this video, so I'm a beginner, so stick with me in that way. So finding whatever sitting position is comfortable for you. If you need to sit in a chair, that's okay. I just want you to have a nice long spine, so if the only way you can get that is by sitting on a chair or using the wall behind you, use that. So I want you to be comfortable, completely comfortable. Close your eyes, find your hands on your thighs or on the sides, whatever is comfortable for you, with the palms pointing up towards the ceiling. First, we're gonna bring the shoulders in towards the ears. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, drop them away from your ear and exhale. Notice whatever parts of your bodies are in contact with the mat. And ground through them. Imagine that part of your body sucking in towards the ground. The top part of your body is lengthening. Your head is resting on your neck, effortless. And gently start bringing your awareness onto the air coming in through the nose. Just the nose. Without changing that breath, we're just following it in and out. Know that whenever your mind wanders, you can just bring it back to that inhale. Now that you brought awareness to your breath, the inhale, I'm going to just start using a bit of counting. So I'm going to count to 10. One inhale is 1, exhale is 2, inhale is 3, and so on until we get to 10. So I'm going to guide you through the first round, and then I'm going to let you on your own for the next 2 rounds. So again, make sure before you start, if you need to press pause and make yourself completely comfortable, if you want anyone from your family to join you, there's no need to sit on the floor. You can sit on the couch, or you can sit on a chair. I personally like sitting on the floor because it keeps me, like in my practice, I can get less distracted. So let's start first by taking a deep breath in through the nose. Now we're gonna try to lengthen that inhale, fill that belly as much as you can. And exhale. Let's start. Inhaling 1, exhale 2, inhale 3, exhale 4, inhale 5, exhale 6, inhale 5, 7, exhale 8, inhale 9, exhale 10. Now continue on your own for 2 rounds. It's okay to get confused. You can always go back to the beginning. And if your thoughts are gone somewhere else, just bring it back to the number 1. third round. Stay with your own breath without changing anything. Just follow it in and out just for a few moments without counting. You can continue doing this as much as you want, as long as you want. Or if not, just bring your hands onto your heart center. Again, try to lengthen the spine if we lost it. Take a deep inhale in and exhale, bow into yourself. Well done for practicing. Thank you so much.